Pascal, when you look at some of the slow starts recently, especially compared to some of the really strong second halves that you guys had, do you see any common denominators in terms of like things that maybe you guys aren't doing as well in the first half?
I mean, yeah, we didn't play well. I think just energy-wise, the coverages we didn't do them well. Obviously, like Dame was just like yesterday, it's just attacking every time, and probably got a lot of calls out there, but like we just weren't in position to really like give ourselves a chance in terms of just like help defense and taking away the things that he wants to do. So yeah, it was just not a good start, and like I said, it's been not a trend because I don't want to say it's a trend, but it happens a lot more times than it should. So definitely got to fix that.
Pascal, from what you've seen with Scotty, how much do you think he enjoys kind of the more ball reps he has on the ball, the more opportunities he has to play point guard and kind of quarterback the offense?
I feel like that's a Scotty question.
Yeah, for you then, like throughout your career, as you got more and more of those reps.
Right. I think again he's going to continue to get better. Like obviously, like getting reps helps you. Like in anything you do, like when you get reps, like it helps you. And I think that he's continuing to get better. There's going to be games where it comes and it looks a certain way, but there's going to be games where you come out and you're aggressive and you play the right way and you have more opportunities. So I think he's going to continue to grow. And like again, we all know the sky's the limit for him.
For you, like how was that experience? Was it fun? Obviously, it's really hard, but was it enjoyable to kind of go through that process?
I mean, I think I just like the process of getting better. I think getting better is good for me. It's enjoyable. Yeah.
Do you have in-season tournament fever?
What's that?
Are you just pumped for the in-season tournament? Can't wait to start?
Oh, I think I'm pumped to win a game. Like after losing a game, we want to bounce back. Like I don't think we didn't play well last night. So yeah, that's what I'm excited about. That like having the opportunity to play a game and have an opportunity to win after a loss.
Have you, from what you've seen from the games, have you noticed a higher level of intensity or motivation from the teams that have played?
To be honest, I haven't watched like a lot of the games. I mean, as soon as I turn it on, like it's like every other game to me because it doesn't really like I don't know how to take it, but it's like every other game, and I think they're all important. Like every time I watch games, usually what I do is like I'll watch a little bit and then I kind of wait. I'm going to wait when the game gets kind of interesting, kind of like the end, and I'll watch the last minutes. Like that's how I do almost every game. Depending if it's like a team that we play in the next like couple of days, then I'll probably watch more. But I just do the same thing that I usually do. But I think that like those.
When it goes just back to the energy thing, because you've said it a couple times, is there like a mental component to it that maybe that you've worked on personally, or that needs to be worked on, or is it a physical thing?
I don't know. It's a good question. I think we got to figure it out. Whatever it is, we got to figure it out, though. I know that.
There's $500,000 on the line in this season tournament for each player. Does that get you extra motivated? What would that do for you?
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't think that moves the needle, but I think it's just playing basketball. Like I like playing basketball. Every time I have an opportunity to play and compete, to me, it's always exciting. So I don't think the money makes me like, oh my God, I have to, kill myself. I have to kill myself every night because I want to be great. And I think that again, it's not like those games don't count. Like counts as like regular. Like all those games are important. So to me, like I don't try to put extra pressure on that. It's just like we got to win every game that we try to play, anyways. So it's like why not try to do those for those ones?
Is there anything that moves the needle? Is there anything that moves the needle for you? So you said that the money doesn't move the needle as far as like this tournament goes and something new.
I don't know, man. Like you guys are. One thing I always like to say is like I do my job, man. I'm not the NBA finding how interesting we can make it. Kind of like that's not my job. Like I'm here when things happen. I'm always excited for them. I'm there to do it. I think the league have millions of people working on these things. So whatever is happening, like I'm just out there to play and compete.
Does it help that you see? Sorry, go ahead.
Do you get excited about tough formats in soccer? Like you're a soccer guy?
Yeah, but like I think it's like that's different. But
Why?
so we're gonna talk about the incident to me this whole time, huh? I don't know. I just think that it's like it's like it's the Champions League. Like you play people from like different. It's not just one league. It's like to me it would be the same if we played people from like. I mean, and the NBA wasn't like again like the best league in the world, where it's like you play people from England and Spain and you know what I mean. I feel like that's like a whole like it's just a different format. I don't think it compares to it. But like I said, I think everything is new. I'm sure when the Champions League came about, it was like something new, right? Like, and again, if it's not working, I'm sure the NBA got 1,000 people that's going to work on getting me better. So, and like I said, it's not my job, and I really don't really care much. Like, I just want to compete. I want to play basketball, and if I have an opportunity to win something, I'm with it.
Pascal, how does it help that you're seeing Boston again? And what have you learned in the couple days removed from that loss?
Again, like they played well. They made shots. We didn't play the way that we wanted to play, and you know you got your ass kicked, and it's an opportunity to go out and it's an opportunity to go out there and compete again against a really good team. And what they're like #1, so like that, those are the games that you want to go out and compete, and it's another opportunity to do that.
What's Darko like after a loss? I mean, he's such a positive guy. What's he like after a loss?
I don't know. I mean, I think he's himself. I think, like I said, I obviously it's his first year. He's gonna continue to learn, like we all gonna do, and I'm sure that for him, like he's a positive guy, and he try to keep that. And you know, we hope that we have more wins than losses, so we don't see his reaction after losses more. But I think he's good. He's good. He's taking it well. Which is more important is just learning from those things and can't get caught up in the emotions of like losing, rather than like just like the lessons that we can get from it, and what they do as their job is to go back, watch the film, and try to get us better. We watch film today, we try to get better, and I think that's all we can do really.
But I guess in the immediacy after the game, right after the game in the locker room, does he come in? Is he a shouter?
Can you ask him that? I asked him that. You asked him that? Yeah, I asked him. I mean, I think he.
knew that.
I don't know. I think it's the locker room stuff. You're supposed to know that?
You tell me I get it.
Nah, I'm not telling you that. It's the locker room stuff. And you can ask me if he wants to share that. He can tell you.
Are you? I mean, obviously, you know, in-season tournament you finally get started tomorrow, but I presume just the fact that you're getting another crack across to coming off 3 tough losses, maybe a little more confident in your mind.
For sure, we are very motivated going into this game. In-season tournament is something that everybody's looking forward to play. I'm excited to see the court. I miss cup competition from Europe. I think this brings extra excitement to the league. We had a talk today with our guys, just understanding that every possession matters. You know, we talked about like some other games, like you cannot just like, oh, you're up 15 or down 10, you just like walk the ball up the floor and not play. No, every possession matters, every point matters, and just educating our guys that we need to play full 48 minutes. Obviously, coming after a tough loss in Boston, we are very motivated to have another crack at that team and try to get our best basketball tomorrow night.
What do you think the level of intensity might be like, considering the other games that have happened where there's been a lot going on with other in-season tournament games?
I love it. I love intensity. I love pressure. I love games that are competitive. I think that fans are enjoying that. You know, every game matters is a really good motto, and I'm looking forward to it.
We've seen, or I guess in this tournament, point differential might matter.
Right.
Are you guys, would it be fair to run up the score on your competition or vice versa? We know that, you know, sometimes you empty out the bench late in games, but in the in-season tournament, will you treat that differently?
No, absolutely. I mean, at the same time, it is weird because still those games, they count as regular season games. You know, it's interesting fact, like, you know, if you would play a cup competition in Europe and you're down 3 end of the game, you might not even try to foul. You just want to end with a down 3 so you have next game that you can beat them by 4. Instead of fouling them, sending them to the free throw line, now becoming 5-point game, it's different mentality. Over here, it's still a regular season game. You're trying to get a win no matter what. But it's one of those that you got to play your guys for full 48 minutes and try to get the best score you can get.
Darko, you've talked about kind of like when you got the job, building a relationship, going out to Atlanta to speak to OG and him telling you about how he's ready to take. with Scotty, how have you kind of gone about building that relationship with him?
Same thing. I went to Miami instead of Atlanta. We spent some time there in his hometown. I think Scotty is doing a really good job this year, playing aggressively. He brings a lot of intensity on defensive end for us, and offensive end he's just like still very developing. I was really encouraged this last game with his pick and roll game. I thought that he did a really good job of attacking the paint, and there's next layers to it now, how to finish better, how to improve his skill, court vision. I really liked one possession in pick and rolls when he found strong side corner. He's just constantly talking basketball, talking life, trying to spend time together. Scotty is easy to get along with, and I really love our relationship and the way it's developing.
What did you learn about him being in that environment, in his hometown, maybe around his family? Like, what did you learn?
I definitely learned that he's a family guy, that he's a low-key guy. I learned that he loves Florida, not just because there is no in-state taxes, but also he loves the weather. We talked about it the other day. He's planning of buying a home there, close to where his parents live. So it's he's very, very prideful Floridian.
Coach, how do you approach? Coach, how do you approach? Instead of having comebacks, just starting off strong. How do you practice that? How do you implement that and set that as an expectation here forth?
Offensively, make layups and threes. Defensively, getting more stops and defensive rebounds. It sounds silly, but it really comes down to that. Like yesterday's game, we did a really good job of contesting their threes. 84% of all the threes they took were heavy contested shots. They ended up making a bunch of those. They were shooting and making a lot of mid-range shots. We did a really good job protecting the paint. We had 26 offensive rebounds that we did not necessarily convert. All of those things are the things that play a big role in a game. And we gotta come with and trust much more our shot and trust each other. I don't think even like it's a problem like of our ball movement. I don't think it's that. It's just like a couple of times we're getting wide open shots. We miss those. Now the short closing out and we stop taking shots. We gotta take those shots because that's what we're working on. We spent today 2 hours working on the shooting and building confidence. When it's game time, we gotta do the same thing. Malachi yesterday he took 8 threes, right? 0 for 8. I loved every single shot he took. All of those were great shots. He's gotta take those and make those. And he will.
Coach, is there something to glean about playing Boston in the same week? We're talking about intensity, kind of like a early prep, if you will, for like a playoff and how playoff action would be like. Is there something to learn from the staff and for the players?
No, that's a really good point. I always find great when you play same team in a week period of time because you can use the previous game and see areas where you can do better, and definitely the other team is doing the same thing. They're also analyzing how they can take advantage of of some of our situations on the court. So I think there is a lot of learning opportunities there for us that we can take and hopefully implement in the game tomorrow.
Have you been drawing up plays for OG to get to his left hand once he comes back?
There was an interesting study that years ago.
I did not expect an answer.
Oh, there is an answer. There is an answer. So, right-handed people, when they work on their left hand and improving left hand, there is something with the left-right hemisphere, whatnot. Their right hand is improving at the same time. For left-handed people, when they start working on the right hand, their left hand loses some of the skill while the right hand is developing. That's why you're going to see left-handed shooters. They're actually much better at dribbling the ball with the right hand. It's very interesting. There you go.
Do you have any lefties on your team?
Outside of OG, not at this point. Ted Young.
Did OG get stitches on his finger?
Say again?
Did OG get stitches on his finger?
Yeah, I believe so, yes. Yeah.
Update on Gary?
Gary is questionable tomorrow. He was part of the practice today. We're expecting him playing tomorrow.
Darko, did you make, was offensive rebounding a point of emphasis last night?
It is every night.
Yeah, but, what's the balance between getting back and getting your defense set and then maybe leaving a guy or two in there
Definitely there is a trade-off there. I don't think that our problems are coming with transition defense when we go and crash. It's usually coming off of missed layups or turnovers. Those are the real ones that hurt us and that we address. 1 minute, Dennis. I'm finishing over here. All right.
One more on Scotty, if I can. You talked about Malachi, how he plays better when he's having fun, has a smile on his face. Do you see the same qualities with Scotty?
Absolutely, I see those same qualities with everybody. Everybody gotta get in the mindset to be motivated and aggressive, and but at the same time to understand this is the game that we need to enjoy, have fun. You know, we should not put too much pressure on ourselves, and then nobody functions well under the pressure. But everybody functions really well if there is a healthy motivation and aggressiveness.
Thank you. Who won the cash?
Male, unfortunately. I get him back though.
How do you account for the starts that have been happening the last few games?
I mean, for me personally, it's the two, how you call it? Start of the game. I think it starts at 12. We coming out at 20. For me, it's just, you know, to get warmed up properly. I got to find a rhythm or a routine, you know, to get warm and make sure we're ready for the game. I cannot speak for everybody else.
Are you kind of glad to get another crack at Boston this soon?
For sure. I mean, that's the good thing about the NBA. We got, you know, 3, 4, 5 games a week. So we got another chance tomorrow to compete and to get a W.
What are your thoughts on the in-season tournament, and is there any added motivation of wanting to win the NBA Cup or anything of that matter?
If you would have known there's $500,000 on the table for the winner, do you have motivation? There you go.
You've played for a lot of coaches throughout your career. What does it do when a coach really tries to develop that personal relationship with you? How does that help you on the court?
It helps me a lot. I mean, to have a coach, you know, who trusts you, who knows you, what you bring to the table, I mean, means a lot. So, I mean, me and Darko go way back, like you guys know. But I mean, you know, we try to get everything, the system, everybody, you know, trusting it. We still processing it a little bit, you know, try to get better at it every single day. And we need everybody to believe in it, you know, from the front office to the players, coaches, everybody, trainers, to believe in it. And when we find it, we'll be okay.
How important do you think that is for some of the young players on the team, whether it's Malachi or Scotty, to kind of build up that relationship with the coach? And how much do you think that can help them?
I mean, it's always great to have a great relationship, you know, with everybody who you dealing with every single day. To be good with them, respectful, make sure you work hard, and I think with the coach, it's an extra be good with him because he makes the decisions on the court, making sure you feel comfortable on the court as well and off the court. So it's really important.
Have you ever been in a situation with another team where you have some slow starts or you get down by a deficit and are able to come back or not come back? Have you ever been, or is this a bit more unique, especially in your NBA career?
No, I had it. I think in Atlanta, we was down. I played for Atlanta. We was in Milwaukee, I think down 34 at half, and we came back and won. So I kind of like it, but I mean, we can't make it a habit, you know. We just got to come out right, you know, start to finish, 48 minutes, make sure we, you know, locked in, make sure whatever we need to do to be locked in for the first couple of minutes to start the game, and then of course the bench got to be ready, and then in the fourth quarter we still, you know, got to finish the job. So we got to do better.
And just following up on that, even with those situations and those teams, were you able to get out of the pattern of going down a significant deficit throughout the season? Like, that was only a one-off?
I mean, there was a couple of them, but at the end of the day, like I said, we did it 2 times this season. And we cannot, you know, rely on that. I think, like I said, we got to start the game right, make sure we dictate the game. We tell the, you know, the other team how we're going to play. and that's what we gotta, do for 48 minutes. And if we don't do it, it's gonna be hard to win.
Dennis, who in those moments is most vocal? Is it one guy on the team? Is it dependent on the situation? Is there anyone in particular?
I mean, everybody, chipping in. I think it's a team sport, so everybody, who has something to say. Of course, the OGs, Thad and Garrett Temple, they, vocal. But everybody else chipping in too, and they see something, and that's what it's all about, I believe. When I have something to say, I say it, and everybody not taking it personal, and we just move on. And I wish when somebody else, from my team sees that I'm, BSing, then tell me that so I can, be better. And I think that's what we still try to figure out, how we can talk to each other and how we, this team chemistry is 11 games in. But if we find that, and everybody on the same page, then we be good.
How much have you evolved as a leader, and how have you evolved as a leader over the years?
I mean, just, like I said, it starts with being a great person, a good human being. I mean, all your teammates, to get to know your teammates, coaches, to have a, just a good environment. And I think when you come to work and, you're happy to go to work, it's a good sign. So that's what we try to establish here, to come to work, everybody enjoy it. Everybody enjoy, each other's time, because we can't take it for granted. We first, in the best league in the world, but I mean, to wake up every single day, it's not promised. So at the end of the day, we just gotta, take it one day at a time, and I mean, we're blessed, so we gotta do it.